What is going on, guys? We are back with another episode in our Nighthawks Relocation Fantasy Draft franchise. It's about to be Week 5 going up against the Arizona Cardinals in a primetime game in Arizona. Of course, we just got done playing against the Miami Dolphins. A couple of teams in a row now that aren't the best going. Obviously, our team, I always mention it, obviously our team isn't great either. We're technically the worst team in the league, but we have athleticism, we have some size, we have potential. So sure, we might not be the best overall, but with the speed that we have, it puts some pressure on the other teams. Of course, maybe not last week as Jordan Love kind of had his way with us, but he did have a lot of mistakes as well. We just couldn't capitalize on them, but we were able to force them off the field, and the offense did just enough to win the game. Obviously, Gamble was, okay. The completion percentage is still really low. He had a couple interceptions that weren't great, but it was a heavy rain game as well. We also have a breakout player. No, no, thank you. I don't think we're gonna be relocating. But let's take a look if we had any players of the week. I'm trying to think. Maybe Gamble, just because he had a lot of yards, but it would have been really unlikely. Herbert, holy crap, 3 passes. See, like I said though, Herbert, that wasn't a good game, but so many passing yards, good completion percentage. I mean, it's not a bad game, but 2 interceptions is usually like the cutoff. It's like, you're not going to win the damn freaking player of the week, but he proved that you can. Of course, Leonard Fournette, not a great game either, to be honest, but a few touchdowns and a lot of touchdowns, actually. Just, the yards were kind of low, but, it's just the small things that matter, right? Like, you can get it with yards, you can get it with touchdowns, even if you suck elsewhere. Take a quick look at the team just in case you're new. I don't want to spend too much time on this. I'm trying to get into these games quicker because I'm just a little impatient. And I mean, I know it's probably really annoying to see sometimes, but this is what the squad looks like. No upgrades at this moment, but weekly strategy we will, of course, do in a moment and maybe get upgrades that way. We have to take a look at our opponents as well, which will help us decide how we want to do our weekly strategy. So Trey Lance, decent medium to short route passer. Deep isn't great, but he has this great throwing power, so you can't underestimate it. Of course, Mick Gore, that was actually the guy we were going to draft, and look at him. He actually does look pretty good. He's definitely usable, but Trey Lance got a little bit of speed as well. Running back, Austin Eckler is injured, but they kind of have a similar style-esque player, not as good in the receiving game, but similar because he's just as fast and whatnot. But looking at the wide receivers, Deebo Samuel with Chenault and Callaway. Christian Watson is the number 4, so not really developing super well for them, but maybe he gets a start. I don't know, maybe he plays a little bit, as he really is kind of the difference, in wide receivers. You got a lot of shorter, slower guys here, whereas Christian Watson's kind of like a speedy, tall guy. Tyler Higbee, super, possession guy. Left tackle solid, left guard's awful, center is really bad. Even if Blythe was in there, not injured, it's still really bad. Right guard's just good enough, and the right tackle's young but really bad. This is a game that our D-line should absolutely dominate. Their D-line, speaking of, not super great itself. Sammy Ryan's not a bad player. Fletcher Cox still good. Trey Flowers awful. Demario Davis, he's going to retire soon. I mean, this is a very bad looking team across the board. I mean, corners aren't even that great. They've got a really solid free safety, iffy strong safety. I don't want to go out making bets, but if I had to make a bet, I would actually bet on us for once, which is really rare. Of course, let's take a look at our breakout player first, which is, I'm so blind, Drake Jackson. Not a bad week to get it, however, going against their best offensive lineman in Taylor Lewan. Also, though, he can get it by stopping their run game, apparently, so that's also an option. I think there is a possibility of that, but let's take a look. So if we're going to defend against them, it's probably going to be the short pass. It says inside run, because of Eckler, but Eckler's not even playing. And then what are we going to attack on them? So their rush defense, they're just a bad team. I would probably say throwing it medium. I think we're going to be able to do good things against them. Let's do our training. Of course, hoping for a better week this week from Woodley. He had a really bad set of drops and just overall wasn't playing well. Lost a touchdown catch, and obviously we're trying to develop him as well. But yeah, let's get our upgrades in and head right on into the game. If we have any, we do have a few. Jordan Davis, of course, we want him to be the run stopper, but it's clear-cut that he's going to have to be the best interior guy in general. Gets a power move, which now puts him above his block shedding. It's just a really good player. Baron Browning, he's a good, not a developmental player, but a good depth player. Anytime someone's injured, he comes in and just steps up right away. And then Tariq Woolen's kind of the last of the main upgrades. Going to go with zone coverages. We do run a lot of zone, but I suppose Woolen is such a good man corner. It wouldn't hurt to give him that as well, but yeah, 71 man, 69 zone. He's just so reliant on that speed and excel, and I mean, so far it's worked out for him. Thursday night primetime here in Arizona, of course, Trey Lance, the quarterback that can make the difference. He can make or break the game, if you will. Of course, those two D linemen definitely underrated them a little bit. I'm kind of thinking of this team as really, really bad, but that interior could cause us some problems, specifically Fletcher Cox, making the run game really hard, as obviously we like to run the ball on the inside. The stretch looks, the outside looks don't really get us too much. They're really hit or miss, but obviously we like everything else as their DBs. They're okay, but they're not crazy great. Justin Simmons could be a problem, but we kind of typically throw to the middle or the right side of the field anyways, so we might be able to avoid him most of the game regardless. And then obviously Debo is a problem, but everyone else I'm feeling okay about. All right, I believe our streak of receiving first has kind of ended here, as we're going to be kicking the ball off to start this one. And it's not going to be a great kick. I don't know. I thought it was a dome, but okay. Of course, they're not going to gain much. They're actually going to get only to the 15-yard line. Not a great return. Of course, our coach is kind of losing a little bit. I mean, you've got the best start you could literally ask for. Trey Lance, not the best start you could ask for. Is 4 touchdowns and 2 interceptions is pretty average, pretty bad on its own, but that completion percentage, I mean, that's really rookie numbers. Like, at this point, he's probably started for 2 or 3 seasons. So, yeah, how many seasons? This would be 3rd season, right? So, 2nd season? I don't freaking know. Oh, yeah, the 3rd season. I'm throwing it off. And, oh, Lord, look at him go. First play, Trey Lance for about, 22 yards. Because we didn't play the first one. We played last year, I just feel like last year barely counted as a season because it was just kind of a waste since we didn't make the postseason. But, Oh, there goes Jordan Davis. Oh, it doesn't matter, though. Really good find. Dude, guess who? Debo Samuel obviously getting up in there. Yeah, I worry a little bit about Drake Jackson's chances. I don't know why I'm saying it like that. It's really weird. Of course, going off the edge. Getting a little bit of a push, but not much. Another really good throw. Trey Lance is just slinging the thing right now, and I got to admit, my man's looking like DeAndre Hopkins there quite a bit. I'm just going to be honest with you. Of course, 1st and 10 with a lot of wide receivers out. If this is a run, it's going to be tough. It's not a run. We got the tight end and picked off by Booker. I think he's going to score. Is Trey Lance anywhere to be found? He is not. Touchdown for the rookie who is having an amazing season. Pick 6. I mean, Trey Lance has looked amazing all game so far early on, and just throws that awfully timed ball. It should have been completed, but just took too long, and Debo never had a chance. I mean, he's just sitting there waiting and waiting and waiting for the ball. What can he do if he's open? And Booker takes advantage, talking crap as well. Huge start for the team. I mean, it's pretty obvious that he's open here. I mean, to be fair, he did throw that pretty well. I mean, it is a long throw in fairness. Look how far away that is. Yeah, I mean, that's a pretty long throw in fairness, so good reaction. All right, I was starting to think, uh-oh, this could be an ugly game. They're just having their way with us, but after that, oh, good job by Maddox there, who's been really good on those kind of like breakdown runs where like the running back actually kind of gets away. Obviously, that's a quarterback, but the way he's starting the game off with that pick 6, we'll see. And, I mean, I will say, oh, my God. How does he hit that throw? Holy crap. Just when you think, okay, well, this guy is done for, dude. Throws a pick 6. His mind is gone. He does that. Could have ran for, like, maybe 10 if he's lucky. Decides to throw it for, like, 30 across his body. No biggie. And underneath, it's a pretty easy look. Woolen's going to get him, but not until a gain of 7. Really tough guy to cover underneath, that Chenault fella. Of course, Drake Jackson with his scenario to go to Superstar, trying to make a play, and he's not going to, but Jordan Davis will, who's had a decent little start here. You know, broke free earlier, got picked up by the running back, but there, no one to pick him up and just bowls through him instantly. 3.1 seconds to the sack. That's really good for a big guy like him. Potentially going against the double team as well. I didn't see, but wouldn't absolutely surprise me. And Trey Lance is kind of dancing here early on. All right. I mean, they're really feeling it out here. 3rd and 9, bringing the blitz. Got that curl route. He's going to see everything a little late, but we miss, but he goes out of bounds. I mean, if you're going to fall like that, you should at least dive, you know? You know you're going to get taken out because of your momentum. Yeah, at least got to dive. Of course, Matt Gay. Oh, it's a fake. Not ready for it, but also picked off by Jabril. Doesn't really matter. If anything, probably should have swatted it, but he adds to the stat line. Why not? That was an interesting call. It's a 4th and 4 from that distance. If it's like, you know, maybe like a 30-yard field goal or something, because, you know, everyone's kind of laxed anyways, but gamble, completion percentage is touchdown to pick ratio is actually better than Mond was last season at this point, and just under 1,000 yards. So, you know, learning the team, learning the scheme, getting used to everything, could be worse. Could be worse. 1st and 10 after a 7-point lead and another turnover, and our guard is just going to completely miss. If he blocks there, he's probably gaining the 1st down, right? We're at 2nd and 9 from the 41-yard line. Might actually change this to an out route look from Ferguson. I don't think that linebacker's got that. He actually plays that pretty well, in fairness. Cole Turner, one of his signature kind of weird catching moves, and it's so weird how he does that, but 1st down regardless. Got a lot of moving pieces here. Their run defense is really not going to let us run that much today, it seems. And we're in trouble again, and he gets it out there to Woodley, who's also going to gain a 1st down. Might have been Fletcher Cox that just got in there immediately, but regardless, not a bad little play for Gamble, all things considered. From the 38-yard line, quick throw. Hawkins, nice little spin, slips off, gains 4. Still turned out to be 1st downs, and that's all that really matters, as Chris Paul, who I thought was getting better after last week, absolutely just whiffs on the block and just leaves him. 3rd and 4, once again, looking actually to probably run here. They're kind of expecting the pass. And there we go. 5-yard gain. Nice little cutback inside. That was a good little look. I think we're actually going to hurry up to the line here. Sky more to the end zone. And he's not going to get there. And we're going to take the sack. Smart to take that, as I was going to force that into Ferguson. That was going to be picked. It was tough because Woodley was kind of open on that outside. But it would have been, you know, if he misses the throw, it could have been picked. Same with Ferguson. The guy backed up as we did. So it's kind of like, maybe he had a chance, maybe didn't. As Ferguson's looking pretty interesting there. Throw it away, and he doesn't. I will say, it's away, dude. Should have threw it away. Damn, we just lost points. This is really not turning into a good drive at all. Obviously, this is like a miracle, so might just be a shot play, to be honest. Maybe not! As Atwell finds the space on Simmons, of all people. Oh my, that's a blown play. Obviously, it's hard not to look at the big 6'4" Ferguson, but how does he get beat on that? It was 2nd and 39. I'm not going to say that we've won the game because it's only the 1st quarter, about to be 2nd, but if you're not stopping us on 3rd and 39, I mean, I don't know what else to tell you. Like, teams stop us on less than that. I'll tell you what. Ferguson, maybe. I think you take that. And that's why you take that. The big man, Simmons, is playing awfully. He's their best defender, and he's playing like their worst. He misses the coverage on Atwell, and then he gets mossed by Ferguson pretty much. Unbelievable. That's just crazy. Of course, in motion, and really good job by Jabril Cox, who's supposed to be kind of covering that guy, but zone cover, he's got to sit to his hook, so what can you really do there? 2nd and 10. Looks like it's going to be the 2nd quarter, and they will not hike it. I mean, you could not ask for a better start. Once again, like I said, this streak of bad teams we're playing, though, is kind of crazy. Obviously, Trey Lance started the game off really well. But sure as hell has not finished that way, and good job by Brian Burns. I mean, he was standing up Higbee the whole time. He knew what to do. He knew how to stop the play, and he was just waiting. He was just waiting for his opportunity. Got it. took him down for a gain of nothing. There's Drake Jackson. Going to get a little bit of a push inside, but we also, because of that, as you can see, and he's still moving. Wow, that's a lot of space. Gets the outside edge, and we just lose contain. Good job by Trey Lance to pick up on that, but at the same time, I just, nothing's really going their way, so you kind of think, like, you can kind of just get away with anything as long as you can try to get to the quarterback. As Drake Jackson's going to get kind of locked up. Burns isn't going to go for contain either, and he's going to run again. He's going to gain 9 this time. Can we please stop him? Of course, he's going to look for the contain as we are not doing a good job here against Trey Lance running. And there's nobody on him. Booker gets burned this time. Last time on the kind of sit down curl route type play, he picked it up. Got a pick 6. That time he got burned. Of course, still containing until we can at least, get him away from that. And there goes another play to the tight end. Higbee, first down. The Cardinals are not going away. It's obviously super early in the game. No one said that it was over, but, it'd be nice to make a play and maybe end their little comeback here. And this is really good coverage. I mean, this is perfect coverage. He has to throw it away. There's no choice. Perfect coverage, boys. That's the thing. We are very fast. Sure, we're not the smartest team in the world, but we are super fast. And this team of theirs is made up of really slow players. Besides the 2 guys in the backfield, is Ronald Jones is obviously a very fast player. Gets that first down. A huge play for them as it was looking kind of bad on that drive if they don't get something on that. Looked like it was going to be like a field goal. And Ronald Jones, it's a read option. One-on-one, Stearns, never a worry. Takes him down, only gains 1. Stearns wasn't worried about that at all. He was just ready to go. All right. Sit down route. We have this covered. Back of the end zone's kind of open. He slips off of a sack. We got to pick it up. We tackle him down to the 1. I mean, what else could we do? You can't be missing tackles like that. I mean, that ends the drive if Burns finishes. Once again, doing a good job of holding him up, and then right when you have the chance, but he misses him. I mean, what can I do? If I leave the receiver, he's throwing that right in there. We waited to the last second, and, he falls to the 1. Got a lot of players up, but we're still covering the passes. They got 4 receivers out. And sacked by Jordan Davis. He was very close to getting a touchdown there. I think he was about a half a second away from finding someone on the slant. But either way, Jordan Davis stops that chance, and they're going to kick the field goal. 5 minutes in the second. Our ball at half. Our ball right now. I mean, if we get a touchdown and they don't have enough time to score, a 21-3 half start is not something that the Cardinals are looking to try and go up against. But here we go with Nwangwu with a nice little return to the 30. Got the comeback from Sky Moore, which does look actually open. And that's a really good drop by Sky Moore. That's a perfect throw. The first incompletion of the game. I mean, that ball is literally thrown in the perfect spot. Of course, for a 2nd and 10, I don't know if I like this, but yeah, I mean, pre-snap, probably should just call the timeout, honestly, because that just was a bad play. But obviously, pre-snap, that just never looked like it was going to do anything. This is an interesting play. And there's just nobody picking him up. Should have canceled the play action in fairness, but the Hawkins had a chance and just doesn't grab DeMario. Cardinals defense kind of keeping them in it a little bit as we're going to go 3 and out. Oh, what? What the hell happened there? And the bounce does not go our way. Trying to waste the clock a little bit with that, but that really doesn't matter. Of course, we lose one of our backup linebackers, a decent special teamer in Cameron McGrone. Definitely not a thing we were happy to see, but we do have a lot of linebackers, so if it's any position that's going to get hurt, it's, I guess, somewhat okay that it's that one. Of course, Jabril Cox somehow gains 5 on that, but sure, Nizruddin going to replace him on special teams, just as good, obviously. 2nd and 5 for number 5. Stepping up with Jabril, stepping into that pick, look, and come on, you got to step up. He is short, at least, with Stearns. Once again, it's not really Stearns' fault, but, what can you do? Of course, this is the kind of play that actually worked for us at the goal line with Jordan Davis busting through the middle for the sack, but we'll see if it's going to happen here. And it's the read option, and stopped! Unbelievable front. That play is really good at stopping the interior run. And it's going to be a 4th and 1. We really should be ready to... okay, I'm glad they learned from their mistakes, but that kind of punt, they probably should have went for it. Definitely should have been prepared more for, you know, especially since you're not going to have a chance to return it anyways, for a fake, because if they would have faked it again, that would have been easy to complete. As Tutu Atwell is going to just kind of run forward. He's a little small guy, so it worries me every time, but you know, he had the look. He's feeling all right. Never really want to run right into someone if you're Tutu Atwell, but I guess he hasn't really fumbled. You know, he hasn't had a fumbling problem, so unless he gets injured or fumble, I mean, I guess keep it up. And speaking of, that's a little risky. He actually caught it, but unfortunately, obviously, that's a tough look. I don't think he was in, and I guess either do the refs, because obviously we can't even challenge it even if we wanted to, as Ferguson's going to find the lane and holds on. There you go. That was a really good slant. Saw that right at snap that he was going to win that route. Play action look. Oh, there's Hawkins. Tell me that right foot was down. It was. Nice. Didn't want to go with the possession because he would have been really short. All right, Woodley really hasn't played a huge factor as of late, and that is a really risky ball. I seen everything, but there was so much in traffic, you couldn't really tell where people were going to go, and I thought they weren't going to cover the running back. Maybe I should have just went for the in-cut, but kind of wanted more yards than that. And there goes the bumps. There you go. It's like an accidental pick-type play with a double drag, and Tutu Atwell is going to take that for the first down. Out route looks. Ferguson's kind of covered. You know, Sky Moore maybe not so much. And there's the tight end. Perfect throw again, all the way down to the 9. Gamble's having a decent start so far. I mean, there was a little bit of risk there. Can't lie. Of course, the play action here, I really like Ferguson. The problem is I don't know if I can get the ball to him in time when he's going to be open. And we're just going to run. Run it! Oh, man, I was a little worried about the fumble chance, but to the 3, we have timeouts, but I don't know if you really need to use one right here. Bringing him up, but Hawkins, I think, might have a look, and he kind of did. I suppose we'll waste a little bit more clock. If I was them, I'd definitely be calling a timeout here. I don't know what to run here, because Atwell looks wide open. Sky Moore, like, he kind of just set that up. No, he is open. I don't know what they're doing there. Trying to bait it out, but like you can literally see there's no one on Atwell. All he has to do is go left. And just like we were talking about as a potential prospect for us, we do start the half at 21-3, which, I mean, I don't know how the Cardinals can get out of this one. Like, I mean, obviously fumbles and interceptions exist, but we're going to be as safe as physically possible, so I don't know, dude. This is just a really good start for us for once. Kind of proud of us. Gonna run the ball, and man, Chris Paul, not only is he like not blocking the guy in front of him, he's going backwards. Like, I don't know what he's doing there. Like, do you want to actually block it? He literally went backwards there. I kid you not. And there goes Mr. Hawkins getting about 15. Another weird throw from Gamble. He's just like, he's got this weird like kick thing he does. It's just so strange. All right, play action. This could be really good for us as they really do not look like they're ready for a pass. They're like, this is a run. And there goes Sky Moore. Barely got it out to him, who's going to get the first down. I do not know how he's fumbling on that. I do not know how he's fumbling on that, dude. Like, you literally aren't getting tackled. He's literally just pushing you out of bounds. And that might have been a false start, to be honest. Let's throw to Yeboah. That is really bad. We did try to throw kind of far down to the right, and there goes our rookie tackle again. Second and 10 got that RPO kind of look. I'm going to be honest, it looks like just a pass option, as they're not going to let us run too much here. Never mind, they will. I really did not think they were set up to stop the pass, but more the run, and I guess it was kind of a bluff, as thankfully Newhouse isn't injured long-term. This time they're not ready on Ferguson at all, right? Obviously, it's a pre-snap read. They're not. Ferguson's going to gain about 5. I know we're running super hard with the formation, but, like, please let Gibbs have a chance as Paul just gets beat instantly again. He literally always gets beat instantly. 3rd and 6, a field goal is fine. We're going to be going with a screen pass here. Of course, Demario Davis is a smart player, so I worry. But he doesn't. Yeah, he sees it. He sees it all right. But he isn't. Oh, what a play, dude. I hate him. I hate him. He may have knocked us out of field goal range. Obviously, we're not, well, out of field goal range, but, you know, we might miss it because of that. And the kick looks pretty good. We do have wind on our side, so I guess they must have kept the dome open, which would explain why the kickoffs were a little short. But no harm, no foul as we get our field goal. They're going to start with a 2nd and 5 from the 30-yard line anyways. And Drake Jackson kind of getting limited here. Burns, damn it. Of course, I didn't even think about it, but technically scrambling is rushing. So if it was a pure rushing standpoint, we'd knock this thing out of the park with Drake Jackson. But as far as, you know, the running of the quarterback goes, we're trying to... There you go, Drake. I don't know how many he needs, but that, I mean, it's a coverage sack. We managed it well, and that will be a punt, of course. Don't know how the coverage looked, but it must have been good if he couldn't get the ball off. 24-3, and they're going to be punting the ball. I don't know if I agree with it, but I suppose if you don't get it, that the game's literally over because, you know, we're going to be having the ball inside the 30. But regardless of their decisions, I'm just glad we're on our side of the things this time. 1st and 10. Looking for someone open. And we're going to see that man open right over the middle. A little underthrown. Sky Moore probably should have went for the possession, but thought maybe would have got a little bit more out of it, leading him forward, but kind of went low and behind. I get the want to, you know, stay safe when we have this much of a lead, but maybe it's a little too safe. It's going to go to Mr. Woodley. Good catch for about 3, maybe 4. Read option. Maybe not the worst look. I mean, we kind of have everyone manned up here. And he just saw it the whole way. Wow, that guy just did not. Man, Oweh, I'll tell you, he's some sort of talented player for them, I guess. He's just making plays. Like, he's not making a mistake yet. Sky Moore on the curl, maybe. And we're going to take that. Thank you for catching his. That comeback he dropped earlier, it's a perfect ball. They were just not ready. Speaking of not ready, the QB draw here. Maybe hit them with their own medicine. As Gamble will... And he's going to gain about 12. There you go. I mean, they were not ready for that, which is strange because I get it's 5 wide. You can't really focus on that too much out of a hunch, but you know, 5 wide with this kind of lead, you kind of think maybe something's up. As I mean, the left side always looks the most open, and it just never is because Paul is just awful. He's just not good. And honestly, I don't even know what the hell this is. This is a fake out to get it to Woodley, probably. And we're going to get it right to Woodley. Bullet pass. Woodley running for his life. Gets the stiff arm to the 5. This game could not have gone any better. This Cardinals team is just getting smoked at every level. Read option again. I don't know how to feel about this. They're not ready for it. Gamble showing off some speed. And in for the touchdown. I think he might have been short, but Simmons kind of catches it. I don't know. I think it's close. And it was close. Oh, he reached it last second. When I looked at it, I thought it was like right about here, and I was like, that's close, but no, he's easily in. Touchdown. We're just playing smart football. I mean, they're still pressuring us as quick as normal. Our run game is still, you know, super reliant on the blockers, which just haven't been great. Play that safe. And, I mean, we're just winning. I don't know what to tell you. The cherry on top would be Drake Jackson getting this scenario, but it's going to be a tough one. And that's a good tackle attempt. Drake Jackson, obviously no tackle for a loss, but only a gain of 2 on the sweep. Going against Taylor Lewan, who's done a really good job against him all day. And, wow, that's a really quick throw. He's going to be short, though. We've seen them really mess up these types of situations all game long. We'll be bringing the blitz, but I think we're going to have Scott kind of playing the deep safety. Well, I guess not. Oh, that's a really good cutback by Ronald Jones, as we probably would have met him there. Scott's kind of a smaller guy, probably gets ran over, but we'd have met him in time for the stop. Just throwing it out there. We're going to bring the blitz to the other side. Carmichael going to be helping out on Drake Jackson. We're going to contain. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Good job there by Stearns. Stearns kind of pushed through his block enough to force the guy to kind of just fall down on him. But I will admit, I think the rushing numbers have been reached. So if Drake Jackson wants this, who just got absolutely smoked, picked off by Woolen. Oh, my. And is that Taylor Lewan? Woolen with a pick 6 as well. Oh, my. This has not been a good game for Trey Lance. The man literally, I don't even know, has 100 yards. The ball is behind him. It's just not a good play at all. Like, it's just awful. Ah, man. Tyndall misses. Good slide by Trey, but it's 11 for 75. I mean, maybe if they put him at running back or something. Not really having a good game. And looking at the numbers, it really didn't look like he was having a good year so far either. And that, I mean, that's just... You're taking a 50-50 ball on Woolen, of all the players on the team. Right, Drake Jackson, pass rush, but also contain the edge. Oh, there he goes. Oh, Tyndall, wrong player as well. We switched to the 44. We finally got the beat off the edge. Trying to hit that freaking Taylor Lewan fellow with a new move every time, but he's just so good. Kind of got pushed off a little bit there. I don't know. Drake Jackson's dev up not looking super promising here. He's got him. Ugh. I mean, oh, there goes the tight end. Still moving. Tyler Higbee, a big fella. Not easy to bring down. We're going to bring the Superman press. And we're just going to hope we get there in time. Come on. We don't get that. Wow, the press didn't work either. Higbee, maybe the guy they should have went to all game long, as he's really starting to heat up here, but once again, kind of irrelevant as they have no chance to win. Be lucky to even get a touchdown in there, so right? Drake Jackson does a really good job. I think we actually grabbed him with Drake Jackson there. Let's get some help. Spin move works. No! Good find by Trey as well, as he just hits Higbee again. The spin move worked. It was actually a good changeup, but got picked up by someone else. Damn. And unfortunately for Drake Jackson, we were able to just run all the way down the field. And you know what? We're not even going to hike the last play because we're going to finish with 25 pass, 25 rush plays. Of course, you know, anyone watching the game knows that we were passing the ball way more than we were running the ball. But, man, the Cardinals got outplayed. They got outcoached. They got outmanned. They got out everything. And I don't know about you, but I would absolutely not, unless this season is over, I would absolutely not be that friendly with them. I would, you know, maybe pat them on the head, say something nice, and then leave. I would never be standing there that long, especially with the fans probably absolutely just yelling at you super hard. But obviously, you know, pressures are pretty similar, but we handled the pressure better. And in Arizona, you know, we weren't even at home, so really impressed by the game we just put up. I mean, absolutely insane to win the way we did. 2 interceptions for touchdowns. Gamble had easily his best season of his career. Best season? Yep, best game of his career. 25 attempts, 20 completions, 256 yards with 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, and 80% completion in general. Longest throw of the game was 44. So, I mean, we were going short a lot, but we did hit a couple of decent, 20-plus yard plays, and then that huge, momentum just swinger 44-yarder to Tutu Atwell on 3rd and 39. Of course, Gibbs got involved a little bit late there, 4 yards per carry, with Hawkins finishing at 3.7, a little bit better than how he, kind of started. Trey Lance, 11 for 75, pretty good numbers for him. Obviously, Curtis Gamble, 5 for 20 with a touchdown. Receiving, Ferguson got involved, Atwell got involved, Woodley was decent, Hawkins was okay, and of course, Sky Moore, 4 for 54, which is okay as the number 1 wide receiver, still trying to learn the ropes of playing that spot. Jordan Davis, 2 sacks. Oh, did he actually get it? A tackle for a loss with a sack? Is that not enough for a superstar? Might actually be a superstar here. 3 interceptions, of course, 2 for touchdowns. Obviously, Jabril Cox's was a little bit, maybe undeserved, if you will. It was good coverage, at least. Realistically, his interception meant the same as swatting the ball or, obviously, just a throwaway, basically. It was nothing. But let's take a look at the breakout. Did he get it? I called it, didn't I? Drake Jackson played a heck of a game this week, and I think he's a lot better than we initially thought. I thought he was really good. I actually thought he was better than Brian Burns for some time. So I actually think the opposite of what you said is true. We also have 1 new injury, which is our right tackle. And no, it's not. It's McGrone with a dislocated elbow. That's fine, though. Only a 2-week injury for that. My man. I thought elbow dislocations were huge. I thought shoulders, they pop them back in, you're in the next play or something, but elbow? Maybe it's the opposite. I don't know. I always get that confused. But upgrades. Did Drake Jackson get an upgrade as well? He did. That's why I waited on the upgrades. Obviously, speed rusher, because the edge, we just care about the quarterback stuff. course, gets the finesse, gets the 2 to play rec, and 2 to tackle. Very solid player, and actually we probably could have looked at what ability he got. Tyson Anderson, obviously zone coverage. We just need these guys to get smarter because they've got all the athleticism tools. Not great, not terrible. And then Booker, who's already a pretty good man-to-man guy. Let's get that zone coverage up. 76 overall. Technically probably better than Woolen already, to be honest, but they're both really good players in their own right, and they've both showed lots this season so far. And yeah, let's take a look at the ability for Drake Jackson and then call it there. A little bit shorter of a video because we just kind of dominated them. You know, we showed all the cool plays, but you know, that whole like kind of half of the fourth quarter was kind of just useless. And he gets under pressure, which is a pretty good ability. It's not too broken. You know, you could get something like no outsiders, which is just busted. But it's super fair, and that's kind of what you want. Of course, what do we give to Brian Burns? What does he have? He has under pressure as well and speedster, so very fair stuff as well. Edge threat probably is a little bit more fair for him, but it is just so busted. I don't want, you know, abilities just ruining everything. But yeah, obviously the abilities for Trey Lance didn't ruin anything. I don't know what he's got, but it sure as hell isn't win the game ability. Got him. Of course, the Cardinals now moved to 1-4. You can see the way they play that they're just that bad. Also, was that a morale drop? I thought they were a higher overall than that. Did they just drop like a bunch of morale because they just got smoked? It wouldn't surprise me, but obviously going up against the the Cowboys next week, who could be 4-1 just like us, with the winner taking the lead in the division. Obviously, Washington football team's been on a little bit of a losing streak. The Eagles can't win a game yet. You know, obviously we have a couple of those games coming up as well. They just love to stack our division rival games, so a lot of easier games, and we've taken advantage of those, and we've won the games we should. 4-1, could be 4-4 over the next 3 games, so who knows. Just glad we built up this bit of a lead. Regardless, hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, maybe leave a like, maybe subscribe if you're new. If you're not new, really appreciate you and your continued support of the channel and the series and all that. It means a ton to me. Maybe follow me on Twitter, Jeromepkr, and second channel PK plays for non-Madden stuff. Anyways, hopefully you guys come back for next video. But until next video, see ya!